Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's tutorial, I am going to be teaching you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful mazin gown with a gathered sleeve and also a gathered around the down part. The picture on the screen right now is the inspiration, and this one is the one I recruited. If this is something you're interested in, then keep up watching, and please don't forget to like this video, comment on it. This really help my algorithm a lot. This will make YouTube to push this video to more people who are looking for how to cut and sew this beautiful gown to see. Without talking too much, let us dive into today's tutorial. You are going to be needing about 3.5 yards or 4 yards of fabric to recreate this style. But for me, I have 3 yards because as at the time I bought this fabric, I never knew the style I was going to use it to sew. So you are going to be needing about 3.5 yards or 4 yards of fabric. I'm going to be drafting the upper part of this dress on my pattern paper. I just want you guys to understand better. That is why you can mark directly on your fabric. So first thing first, I will mark a straight line across my pattern, and this line here is going to be serving as the starting line. So this dress is an off-shoulder dress. I'm going to be minusing 5 inches away from my tip for that off shoulder. You can also minus 4 inches if you want to. If you check this gown, you are going to see that it is divided into two, the upper part and the down part that has like gather. I hope you guys understand. Now the full length of my gown is 60 inches. For the gather around the down part, I'm going to make the length of that gather 50 inches. So I'm going to minus 50 from that 60. 60 minus 15 is going to give me 45 inches. So I'm going to mark 45 inches like this as the length of the first part of this gown. Then I'll place my tape on this other side, still minusing my 5 inches for the off shoulder. I will mark 45 inches, then I'll connect the points together like this. I will place my tape on this line here at the top. I will mark half of my shoulder measurement, which is 8 inches. I will mark it on this line. After marking it, I will add extra 7 inches to it for the gather around the upper part. After marking that 7 inches, from that 7 inches point I just marked, I will place my tape there. I will mark 3 inches inward. 3 inches inward from that point. Then I will place my tape on that 7 inches point line I mark. I will minus 5 inches from my tape and mark half of my round armhole measurement. Mine is 9 inches. I will mark 9 inches like this. Then I'll mark a slant line from that 3 inches I went in by to that 9 inches point and mark okay like this. So after connecting it, I will just curve it at like armhole a little with about 1 inch. Just curve it at nothing much. Then I will come to the down part. I will place my tape on this line here. I will divide my hip by 4. I will mark it. After marking it, I will add extra around the down part, how wide I want the down to be. I added 8 inches here, but I'm still going to be adding 4 inches later, okay? Because I felt like it was not wide enough. Now I'm going to connect from the armhole to that point I just marked around the down part. So after marking it, I'm going to be covering the chest line a little. So from the center front, I am going to place my tape here and come down by half inch. So after marking it, I will just use my French curve to connect from the armhole area to that half inch like this. I will blend it in. So you can use your free hand to do that or use your French curve. Then I'll go ahead and cut it out. It looks curvy, so I will just trim out this curve around this point here. Then cut out the sides and the down. So if you are still watching this tutorial and you have not liked, please go ahead and like, and don't forget to comment as well. So after cutting it out, I am going to be folding my fabric into two, as you can see. After folding it into two, I'll go ahead and iron out my fabric. If your fabric is very squeezed, please iron it before you fold it into two. Then after that, I'll further go ahead and fold it into two again. With this, I'll be able to cut both the back and the front at once. So I've gone ahead to fold this into four. I'm going to place my pattern, this straight part, on the close part of my fabric. I'm not going to be adding zip to this gown. So NEPA just interrupted the light, so please just manage it like this. After folding my fabric into four, and also after placing my pattern paper, I realized that there's still a little bit of excess around the side here. This is just me using my straight ruler to extend the line. Just like as I already told you guys earlier, I added extra 4 inches. When marking your pattern paper, just add everything. Then around the chest, around the armhole area, I added extra 1 inch. I'm going to be connecting from the down part to that armhole. I want it to look like A, so just cut it like A shape, okay? Then around this chest line, I went out by 1 inch, just because of that 1 inch I went at around the armhole area. So I'll connect the armhole again like this. Just like as I earlier said, if you are buying material, please buy 3.5 yards if you're not too big. If you're on a bigger side, buy 4 yards. Okay, so I was trying to manage my fabric at first, but later on I just felt like, okay, let me add extra. So around the down part of your gown, you can make it 12 inches or 15 inches wide. Just cut it like a shape, okay, just like as I'm doing. After cutting it out, I will take this to the same machine and gather the chest area like this. So take it to the same machine and gather it little by little. Now the total measurement you will need after gathering it is half of your shoulder measurement minus 2. Let's say for instance, half of your shoulder measurement is 8 inches. So you're going to minus 2 inches or 1.5 inches away from that 8 inches. So let's say we minus 2 inches. What we are going to be having left is 6 inches. So by the time you are done gathering the chest line of your gown, it should be 6 inches. I hope you guys understand. After I was done gathering it, the next thing I went ahead to do was to sew a strap, which I'm going to be using around the shoulder area. Now the length of this strap is going to be that 5 inches I minus away from the top times 2, okay, because it's going to start from the front to the back, times 2 plus 1 inch for journey allowance. So 5 times 2 is 10 plus 1 inch, that is 11. So what I have there is 11 inches. So I'm just going to explain to you how to sew the strap on it. So you are going to place the strap close to the armhole area, but you are going to go in by ½ inch so that you'll be able to join the sleeve to the armhole of the dress. Pin it down. After pinning it, take it to the same machine and stitch it down. Then also do the same thing for the other side. After stitching it, I went ahead to cut out this bias. The wideness is 1 inch. Now the right side of the bias is going to be facing the right side of the dress. I will take it to the sewing machine and pipe the neckline, okay, or the chest line. So after stitching it down with 1/4 inch, I will remove the strap like this, okay, and fold the hem of the strap like this with 1/4 inch. I'll further go ahead and fold it. Then I'll go ahead and sew it. When sewing it, make sure you remove the strap hole so that you not mistakenly sew it to it again. So I'll just go ahead and sew it. I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how neat it is. Now I'm going to be placing the other side of the dress, let's just say the back. Now I'm going to be placing the strap to the close to the armhole area, just like as I did before. Right side of the right side of the strap is going to be facing the right side of the dress. Kindly note that. Then I'll go ahead and pin it. Make sure to go in with ½ inch so that you'll be able to sew the sleeve to the armhole of the dress. I'll go ahead and stitch it down like this. So after stitching it down, I'm going to cut out another bias like this. I will place it on it like this, right side facing each other. I'll go ahead and sew it down. After sewing it, I'll go ahead and turn it to the back and bias it, like turn it the way you turn the neckline of your dress. I hope you guys understand. So this is how neat it is looking. The next thing I want to do now is to go ahead and pin the sides together. I will mark 2 inches downward around the armhole area like this. So I'm going to start sewing it from that point that I mark with ½ inch towards the end, just like as you can see me doing. Just go ahead and stitch it down with ½ inch on both sides. So once I'm done stitching it, the next thing I want to do is to go ahead and cut out the sleeve for the dress. Now the wideness of the sleeve I'm using is 10 inches. You can make use of 9 inches depending on what you want. Then the length I have here is about 30 inches, but it was too long, so you can make use of 20 inches or 25 inches. So I'm going to fold the hem of the sleeve like this with ½ inch. I will further go ahead and fold it with ½ inch. After folding it, I will take it to the same machine and stitch it down. I will do the same thing for the down part, okay? Then I will do the same thing for the other sleeve. So I've gone ahead to sew it, and this is how it look like. So the next thing I want to do now is to, please pay attention to this part. The first thing you want to do is to take your round shoulder measurement, like you want to sew off shoulder dress for yourself, because this dress is almost like off shoulder, right? Once you're done taking your round shoulder measurement, mine is 44 inches. Go ahead and arrange the chest line of your dress, measure it like this, and check out for the total measurement you have. So what I have here is 12 inches. I'm going to multiply that 12 inches by 2 because we have the back and the front part of this dress, right? The back shoulder and the front shoulder. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 minus 44, that is going to give me 20. So what I have left now is 20 inches. and I'm going to divide that 20 inches by 2 because I have 2 sleeves, right? So I'm going to divide that 20 inches by 2. 20 divided by 2 is going to give me 10. So I'm going to go ahead, I will go ahead and cut out an elastic band just like this. I'll cut out to 13 inches. So after cutting it out, I'm going to you can use your office pin to pass it through the hole or the channel you make on your sleeve. So instead of cutting out 10 inches for your elastic band, just go ahead and minus 1 inch or 2 inches away from it. Remember, it stretches. So after passing it through it, I'll just go ahead and pin the edge like this so that the elastic band will not enter inside. Then I'll further go ahead and pass it through it like this and pass it out. After passing it out, I'll also go ahead and pin it here. After pinning it, I'll remove my pin. Then I will take the same machine and stitch the 2 sides. I will do the same thing for the other sleeves. So I've gone ahead to sew it. The next thing I want to do is to place the right side of the sleeve to the right side of the dress. I will pin it down. Okay, pin it to the armhole. Just pin it down. So after pinning it, I will also pick the other side of the sleeve like this. I will place it to this other side of the dress. Okay, like this. I also go ahead and pin it down. After pinning it, I will take it to the same machine and stitch it down with 1/2 inch. I will also stitch this other side down with 1/2 inch. I will do the same thing for the other sleeve as well. So after I am done sewing it, I'll go ahead and arrange the armhole area and stitch that 2 inches part that I left earlier. I'll just go ahead and stitch it down. Just take your time, arrange it and stitch it down. So after sewing it, I went ahead to wear it just to see how it looked like on my body, and this is how it looked like. If you feel like the sleeve is too drop, you can still go ahead and lose it around the armhole area, adjust it to your taste. Now for the gather around the down part, I'm going to be using chiffon. So before I cut out the gather around the down part, I'll go ahead and measure the hem of the gown. Place your tape around the hemline and measure it round. Okay, whatever measurement you get, you are going to be cutting out ×2 of that for the gather. So what I have in total here is 85 inches around the down part, or almost 85. Yeah, for the gather, I'm going to be using chiffon fabric to complete it. Just like as I told you guys from the beginning, my material was not enough. I only bought 3 yards. So if you want to sew this dress, make sure you have up to 4 yards. Okay, now for the length of the chiffon that I have here, remember it was 50 inches and minus away for the gather around it down, so I added extra 1.5 inches to it, 1 inch to fold the hem and 1/2 inch to join it to the gown. Now the wideness of the gather I have here, the fabric that I cut out, is ×2 of what I measure around the down part of the gown. So take this to the sewing machine, fold the hem, then go ahead and gather the top part. So I'm done gathering it. I actually did a loose stitch using my machine to do loose stitch. So however you can make a gather, do it. So once I was done gathering it, I wanted to measure it just to be sure that it will be enough to go around the hem part of the gown. So it's going to go around. So the next thing I'm going to be doing is to lose one side of the gown so that I'll be able to join the gathers to it. After losing one side, I'm going to braid the gather that I made. Right side of the fabric is going to be facing the right side of the fabric. Okay, the right side of the 2 fabrics are going to be facing each other. Then I'll go ahead and pin it from one end to the other. I'll go ahead and sew it round. So this is just a little process of me sewing it, as you can see. So if you know that this tutorial has been helpful so far and you've not commented, please do well to do so. This will help my algorithm a lot. This will make YouTube to recommend it to more people to see. So after sewing it, I'll just go ahead and stitch the side like this.
This is the gown with the waist belt, so I decided to use this my fancy belt for it, and you can see how cute this is looking. This is how the dress is looking without the waist belts. It is so beautiful.
Please don't forget to like, comment and share. This will help my algorithm a lot. I'm going to see you guys on my next tutorial. Bye.